The Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada continues its journey across Europe as the Field of 40 contests the national championship with Porsche centers across Canada. Last week's outing in Austria marked the halfway point as we reached the 5th round of 8 here at Spa-Francorchamps. Welcome to round 5 of the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada from Spa. Hi everybody, I'm Kyle Heyer, joined tonight by Jake Sperry. Jake, welcome aboard. You got to watch the epic round at Sebring, round number 3, but we're back here at one of the greatest racetracks in all the world here in Stavola, Belgium. Spa, welcome back. They head down towards the green flag, and we are racing at Spa in round 5 of the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada. The 21 gets away clean up the inside though. Have a look at Phil Bouchard, nice easy entry to corner number 1 into La Source. So far so good, 3 and 4 abreast down there through the first time.
It's a bottleneck, but everybody survives the opening section. Back up towards the front, a little bit of too wide as Levesque tries to pass Yon Gagnon Renault. Doesn't quite happen. Single file then. They go up through Eau Rouge and Radion. This beautiful section of track, but this is where you have to attack. Off the exit of the corner. And now this is where the Kemmel Straight becomes a huge matter of pride and principle. It's all about who's going to get themselves a good run. Not much too wide there as they go through, but it's all about who's the bravest on the brakes. And I think Romagnolo is one of them, and he's going to go around in the middle of the field. Everybody checks up.
He saved it somehow. I thought he was going to loop it for sure. Matt Adams tries to jam the nose of his Porsche up the inside. Alex Ellis is the roadblock there as they head now down towards Bruchel, and they're 3 abreast for a moment, but Adams backs out. Thought better of it here this early in this race. It is still side by each as they head down through. More contact happening behind them, though, and we're 3 wide again.
You can see there the gravel on the outside there of
trouble! The 57 at Town goes around into the gravel.
So that's Ream, and look at it, it's going to continue on the inside as well, because 2 more have found themselves in trouble. Look at that. That is a junkyard on that inside. Number 4 getting caught up, Stephen Walkup. That's a real shame for him. He's someone who has a wealth of experience when it comes to racing. That's a real shame, Kyle, to see on the opening lap.
Yeah, that was a big one here. Let's have another look as the car spun ahead of them here. They just kind of get together, the 4 bounces off, and it looks like, was that the 69 car or Brody Goebel? Yes, it was. He was already turned sideways ahead, so just a multi-car incident, but it started in multiple places. All that to be said, lap 1 complete, and it's La Charité up front, and we're seeing Fazui in second place.
Noah's Ark Sim Racing, 2 wide, 2 deep, into this beautiful Bruchel's corner.
A little bit of leaning on each other here, trading some paint. The 55 and 17 have done that a couple of times in the opening laps. This time the 55 slots in line, but another crossover, just can't carry the momentum out of it to battle Matt Adams back. So
is this going to be the most bread and butter overtake you'll see? La Charité will fight it here on the outside, trying to deal with this as the 2 title contenders have themselves their first little exchange as they go through. Door shuts on Rashid.
For some contact there, Jake.
Yeah, just a little bit. So you can see both cars then go a little bit deep, which effectively bunches up the field. I don't blame Simon Theriault for getting aggressive there through that section.
No, and Caron for 4th.
Andrew Caron is not going to sit about and wait. That is as clean as a move can be. Yon Gagnon Renault just fell outside of 1 second in comparison to Phil Bouchard, and that's what gave the advantage on the straight there. Caron.
And everyone so far, wow, has been behaving. Big dive from the 55.
The one thing you don't want to do is cross the beams, and Romagnolo, the most aggressive cross I've seen in a while, is going to get pushed out. 2 tires in the gravel, just about saves it. They hold on for the moment.
That was absolutely wild. Left the corner, 2 tires in the gravel. Have a look right here. Almost chucked that thing into the barriers there, Jake. That could have been game over. Now up through Eau Rouge and Radion. Here comes La Charité and the 21. Fazui on driver's right. He goes defensive, side by side for the lead on the Kemmel Straight.
He's going to need to side draft here, otherwise he's going to be in a bit of trouble. 3/4 of the way through now is Antoine La Charité, but Rashid Fazui now is going to have to be brave on the brakes. Door shut. Not much he can do about that. He'll have chances later on the lap, but La Charité, he was waiting and waiting and waiting for that last lap, and he has made that as textbook as possible. Here comes Matt Adams against Alex Ellis. Can he shut the door? Oh, you bet he can. Beautiful stuff. Manilo's off there in the back.
Oh, he's got the wall big time too in the 86. He's going to drop down the order. Radosavets in the 34 has also dropped down the order. So some trouble here in Les Combes for the final time. We saw Fazui frustrated when he gave that position away. It's not going to be a win unless he can muscle it back. 4/10 is the difference here.
Alex Ellis is a big incident as he goes around, and look at it, he's going to catch a lot more as well. Alex Bergeron ends up in trouble. Etienne Leger almost gets collected by Gregory Hoverson. It's a massive accident that shifts the top 10.
Real quick, there's contact there from the 87 is what tripped that whole thing off. Trepanier, and here's a look.
Well, you can see he's going to try and be aggressive, cut back at the exit, just not enough room there. That's just well driven by Alex Ellis, and effectively he ends up a victim. There, Antoine Le Charreté, as he rounds the final corner. That is the most deserving win I've seen from him this season.
Antoine Le Charreté in the number 21 wins race 1 of the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada, round number 5 here from Spa. And while we've got a moment, let's walk you through the session results before everything turns on over to race number 2. Antoine Le Charreté in the 21 for Porsche Center Lausanne. Then the Team Rive Sud drivers, 2nd and 3rd. I know Racine will be disappointed in that, but good points certainly in race number 1. Green flag flies and we're racing at Spa. Look at the run from the 104 car. Logan Passa in the background. The 87 gets flanked by the 55 into turn 1. And La Source is a busy place here.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful. He maybe hasn't jumped the start or anything like that. The stewards will have a good look to see what has happened. But as they charge through, Guillaume Levesque's had a pretty good start. Side by side for second then as Trepanier then will have to fall back into line. Giuliano Romagnolo, who's there in 3rd as they crest the rise then for the first time in this half an hour's expanse as they go through. Everybody funneling on through, but this is where it's going to be key. Romagnolo now going to make the move. Big accident there. One of the Markham cars caught up in it. That's about 6-7 all done for. A junkyard, a huge one, and look at that bash.
There is a huge crash at the back of the field. We'll let this settle out. We'll go look at it once more, but that was absolutely enormous and included Alex Ellis, and there goes the 87.
Just like that, Vincent Trepanier is demoted down the field, turned around at Malmedy corner, and everybody else around, he's going to have to wait very, very long there.
Let's see if we can catch what happened and where it started here. There was already cars off.
Look, there's smoke in front of them, and it's already happening, so it's right on the exit. I think we're going to have to take a second look just a little bit further forward. So look at this, 2 wide off the exit, and oh, it looks like there the pink machine that goes flipping about 6-7 times gets the first part of it, and that's what happens because you have to deal with that negative G effect as you go up the top of the hill. The car gets light at the top of Raidillon, and that's where the rear can get very, very loose, and that's probably what's happened. Spun the car over to the inside. Look, you can see compression damping. The fronts were lifting through that section. No way to control the car, and at that point where it funnels through into that section of track.
Number 87, was it off the bumper of the 17, or did he just, oh, it was actually off the rear, no, he just got loose all on his own. Just got the rear end out of shape, and the 17 helped him around, but I think Vincent was already going for a loop regardless.
Dario will have to go the long way around to make this move happen. Does he pitch well on the inside? Oh, you bet he does. And that is Romagnolo up into the race lead. Easy as you like. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So they will trade spots again, and Etienne Leger's gone around, and Radisavets says as well.
Yeah, so Radisavets then at the final corner, he might have got a bit of help. He's got to be careful he doesn't go back too far. He might get disqualified for going the wrong way. Here's the contact then. Oh, it's Leger who just runs out of road. Couldn't quite get the car turned in enough. Yeah. How good on the brakes is Guillaume? And the answer is very, but can he stay aggressive through the second part? He can. I think that's very trepidatious by Simon Dario, and they can see straight around the outside. Thank you very much. I've not seen a move like that in a while, and both of them were very cautious. Look how much time it's cost them trying to make that move. They've already fallen back, and there goes Enzo Johansson into the barriers there at Les Coups.
And more up the road. Ovesen is off as well in the gravel. This has been a very messy one here. Let's see if there's contact from the 66 of Cook. A little bit on the entry to the corner. They just get together and off into the gravel they went.
Too aggressive there from Ovesen there. Crooks dictates where you go on the line. Now this is where it gets really clumsy. 3 wide, serving to slow down. Where do you go? The shuffle.
Nose to tail right now, and as you come off over Raidillon, everyone goes from being very orderly to very chaotic as everyone starts to split the difference left and right to try to find any advantage they can. And for the lead, here comes the 18 of Jean-Guinon Renault to the outside in Les Combes. Can he cling to it? Here as the 55 tries to hang on. There's one car in the dirt over there.
markers now, and he's going to get full coverage as he knows. He has to leave the door open here. Romagnolo taking advantage of that position, driving around the outside of the second part, and then finding the door, slam shut there for Jon, and that is a freebie. Cookies, thank you very much. Guillaume Levesque will try and get through, but Jon trying to work the outside line, work the oracle. Think, you know what, I've got a chance. Can I get this sorted on the brakes? They almost completely tangle, and just like that, there's the tangle. Paja tried to go through Le Charité, was only going to give him a line, and just like that, they're both going to drop a place here. Justin Ream, 2 for the price of 1 for doing nothing at all.
That was really close to being a disaster. Let's have another look at that, heading down into La Source. Just kind of clears himself, moves a little bit too far left on corner exit right there, and tangles with the 21. And La Charité was not about to back out and let him get back on course.
In deep enough, he might have the inside take advantage. Room has to be left here by Matt Adams, who will get a better drive off the exit, but he slides the rears out of the corner. Thank you very much. Rashim Fazui up to 4th, just like that. Where it's going to get interesting. Romagnolo again on the outside, but Jon, oh baby, takes the race lead, and just like that, he's got to run because Guillaume Levesque is now going to try and attack. Hard defensive line to the inside. Levesque again on the outside with nowhere to go. There, he's already been caught up once so far. They're jumping onto the next group, and look at that, Paja outbreaks himself, trying to be the hero, and La Charité knows that's a crucial overtake to get it sorted. Comes with a chance then to get back at Bergeron. Simon Theriault moving to the outside naturally to try and make this move happen because the inside was defended, and on the brakes he beats him out by about 15 meters, and thank you very much, there's the pass.
And Justin Ream up into the 10th position from 17th on the grid. What a drive he has done as Matt Adams and Rashim Fazui are going back at it here for 4th place.
Wants to get through. Levesque now up into 2nd position, and he's got it done, but the door is still open. He couldn't shut it entirely. Get a crowbar out, thank you very much. And suddenly, here comes your teammate. Phil Bouchard is certainly going to say, I want to get in on this. You can see the face of concentration there from Phil as he gets to the inside. You can't put the power down the outside there if you're Matt Adams. He has to cede the place. Brilliantly done by Phil.
You can almost see the weight.
10 minutes.
Whoa,
here.
spin.
Look at that, bang, into the barriers.
That's Justin Ream in the number 7 in Speaker's Corner for Porsche Center Calgary. He has gone around off of the nose of a competitor. Etienne Leger narrowly misses making significant contact with him. Here's a look, and that was the 104. Yep.
Look, they're pushing against each other, turning into the corner, and by the time that they're pushing going in, it looks to me like the contact beforehand really unsettles. Nothing you can really say on Paja except that final little bit of contact as he turns in, trying to give him not much at all. That is very 50-50 between the two of them, but, you know, they're both trying to race really hard for that place. I think that,
it's bruised. That was bound to happen. Here's a little contact between Matthew Murphy and I think that was the 298 of Romain Faux, and they go around battling for 23rd place. And so that's another Porsche Center Calgary team car. Not a good lap for that Porsche Center in particular.
Side right now here in the Ardennes, and now here comes the chance then for Matt Adams as he pushes Caron out then to the outside. Theriault is going to look to the inside, and this is going to get dicey between them. They leave just enough room. That's racing room for you, those ladies and gentlemen. And here on the 75th anniversary of Porsche as a company making cars, they are driving an absolute showcase for them. Here to Blanchimont, they fall back to single file.
How about this? Not single file, though, for the battle for 3rd. Fazui on the left, and now he's going to get past Romagnolo. Well done there. Finally gets the pass done, and you can see he's got a smile on his face now. Finally completes it. That's a relief.
Out there, and that's giving him the confidence to go through as La Charité, oh hello, he's going to go around the outside of not just Alex Bergeron but Simon Theriault as well, and move up into P8. This has been some cavalier style battling. They go through too wide up the hill. Theriault will lose out to Bergeron, but La Charité, oh that's glorious.
That was fair play. It's certainly frustrating. Whoa, there comes the 58, a dive, and he turns the 55 around.
That was not what you wanted to see, and Rashim Fazui for the first time might find himself in a little bit of hot water there. It was best brave, and oh, another one goes around. That might be La Charité who's found himself in trouble. So just like that, there's the hit, round you go. That is how quickly it falls into all sorts of trouble, and I tell you what, it wasn't La Charité, it was Christopher Cook who found himself wanting to get into the mix, and they've got themselves 3 laps to figure it out. And there you go, it's dominoes. They head to the chicane.
Huge trouble for the teammates, and they're collected in carnage down at the chicane with just 2 laps remaining, the 58 and the 73. Let's go back and have a look.
Le Charité is the one who comes out smelling of roses here. It's Matt Adams who's trying to find the move. Moves to the outside, but he's trying to be later on the brakes. But want to see how much Bouchard moves here. This is going to be the key difference to see who's at fault. So we'll take a little look. This is Caron's view of it here. How much does Bouchard move over to the left-hand side? The answer is he does move a little bit there. So I think Matt Adams will look at it and go, well, Bouchard's moved on my nose. There's not much I can do. We'll see. He moves over to the left-hand side. Yeah, door's shut. You now take the drive through the left of Eau Rouge, the right of Radion, and up the hill. You now look to try and gain that advantage. 3 car lengths down to 2. 2 car lengths then down to 1. 1 car length down to none. Move to the inside to try and get this move sorted and have it on the brakes. Caron was never going to fight him for position, and that is a podium right now for Le Charité as Matt Adams desperately tries to defend. Straight on will go Theriault. Oh,
Bergeron in the 12, and he skids back across the surface and dives back to the inside of Adams here. He's going to have a slowdown penalty almost surely, but despite that, he's going to give Matt Adams a little bit of his mind after some contact there. Don't know if we can place a whole lot of blame on it without having another look at it yet, but contact still.
Oh, he's trying so hard to just stay in the mix and serve it as slowly as he possibly can. I think that was part of it there, trying to serve the penalty. He's still going to have to at some point, otherwise he's going to get the black flag, and he's going to lose about 40 seconds by the end of the checkered flag when he has the black flag that he can't serve on the final lap of this race. Oh, there's more dramas. Bergeron's going to go around and somehow saving it. Rob Agnolo with the save of the day.
Celebration and elation for the Porsche Center North Toronto driver. You see the relief on his face. Checkered flag. Jean-Guénon Renault wins race 2, round 5 at Spa-Francorchamps. Certainly some drivers that are going to walk away from this one frustrated and upset, but this is the dramas of live esports, and the competition is so high. It's so aggressive out there, but this man, Jean-Guénon Renault, celebrates with a burnout in La Source for Porsche Center North Toronto and brings home that pink Porsche on top of the board. What a drive, what a race. Let's have a look at our race results. It was a wild one out there. Let's have a look at the top, North Toronto, and it just like in race number 1. Actually, that was that Rive Sud. Lausanne, though. Porsche Center Lausanne, 2nd and 3rd here. Good points night for them with that 88, 888, and the 21 of La Charité. A great rebound after getting kind of buried earlier in that race. Big thanks again to Porsche, Tag Heuer, and Bose for being a part of the series, and for the drivers for putting on quite the show. Jake, thanks to you as well. We'll see you next time from Road America, May 4th, 2023.